Well, hello everybody. It's BugEater64, and welcome to another flight from Air America Duet in FS Economy. Today we're going to be flying the AW139 helicopter, and we're going to be flying from KAFW, which is Fort Worth Alliance, to Austin Bergstrom International in Austin, Texas. It's about a 169-mile flight, and we're going to be carrying about 8 passengers and making a little bit of money. Let's hope, if everything goes well. And we got the right aircraft for it, the AW139. Very nice helicopter. So, with that, let's get into look what's going on here. So here we are in FS Economy, and as you can see, these are the missions just showing that we're departing. Let's take a look at our helicopter. Fuel on board right now is 134 gallons. Let's see, that's probably not enough. Let's look at this. 169 miles. 182 gallons. So yep, we're running a little bit short, so we're gonna have to do some refueling. So let's refuel. Check. The provider is going to be Ozark. Okay, local market, unlimited. We'll just go ahead and take Ozark, and we're going to fill it. Let's see, 169 miles. We'll fill it to let's say let's go with 250 gallons. Okay, so let's refuel. Okay. So, very good. Now, what we can do is go ahead and get into the cockpit. So, we'll see you on the inside. Okay, this was the first attempt. Things were not going well. And before our next flight, not today's flight, but the next time, I'm going to have to do something about getting rid of this glare on the windscreen that happened, and but I'll take care of that. For today, though, we're just trying to go some place and get this mission done. And I was having a rough day and made a lot of errors, especially dealing with autopilot. That's a little different. Of course, this first flight I did leave the external power GPU attached. It was not a good thing. Okay, so, and as you can see, we got ATT. We're going to go back to SAS, but we don't have functionality of the collective or the cyclic. So, and as you see, if you look there, force trim is on and collective trim and yaw trim is off. So, and I didn't catch that in time. So this ends our first attempt, and we'll get ready for the next ouch.
Landing.
Flight. And the weather was so nice.
Landing gear. Landing.
Yeah, okay. But luckily we were able to cancel the flight during this attempt in FS Economy, so we could go back and reload and restart. which we did. Okay, attempt number 2. So this time I remembered to remove the GPU power. Takeoff started with a little bit better. Got cyclic control, but it immediately, the trim just wasn't working right. Had to fight it the whole time. And it all comes down to pilot error. Flying different helicopters, different types, they've got different systems, and so we just keep learning as we go. But I've definitely got to get that windscreen glare gone. Alright, so right now the force trim and the collective and yaw trim is turned off. And we are in, both autopilots are on, and we're in SAS mode. And I'm finding out which buttons work and which buttons don't work.
PDP.
And we're trying to get it to fly a heading, trying to get the autopilot to work. Again, it's all a learning curve, and
LDP.
I was messing things up really good this day.
PDP.
As you can see, we're just kind of spinning around, trying different stuff.
PDP.
Can't get ATT to kick in, and again, that's because I haven't done something. Turn on the force trim, turn on collective trim. Once ATT is engaged, I don't have any control of the collective or pretty much for the cyclic. It's all automatic. And I went to X-Rotor, and the company that developed this particular simulation, and what can I say? They don't have the best manual. Was not a lot of help. Did learn some things from it though. Still trying to figure out the trim on this thing. see this time we got a little bit better than we did the first time. But things still aren't going according to plan. And 21 minutes later, this is where we're at. We're still fighting it. Put it back into SAS mode, but I failed to turn off the force trim and the collective trim, and you see I don't have any control over the collective or cyclic. Yep, and bang.
Landing gear.
Yeah, that's going to leave a mark. Alright, so third and final attempt. We've done some reading, we've done some research, and we're going to hope we get it all right this time. So let's see if we can get this bird in the air and get it to its destination. One final attempt. Okay, batteries are on. External power is on. Go ahead and set up our nav. It's KAUS, dummy. You'd think by now you'd have it figured out. Alright. So flight plan is set up. Just a direct route. Let's see about, and our, as you can see, FSEconomy is green. The job is set up. We're loaded. We're ready to go. Let's see about getting this airplane up and running. Let's get our fuel pumps on. So we got it all up and running. Let's start engine number 2. Right now we're in idle. External power off. Position lights are on. Pitot heat is on. Alright, let's get him up to flight RPM. Set our altitude. Cyclic and rudders are really much too sensitive. Put that on the checklist for things to work on. Reset the curves and POTUS settings. All right. Everything's set. So let's see about getting this old bird in the air and see if we can get it to follow a heading or even nav. At this point, everything's in manual mode. Release the brake. Yeah, let's see if we can get this thing going here.
Landing gear.
It just took
Landing
off.
gear.
Give me a minute. I'm not going fast enough to
Landing
get
gear.
wrong.
Landing gear. Landing gear. Landing gear.
Landing gear is up and locked away. Alright. Let's get on our heading. Yeah, I'm really going to have to work on getting my trim set up there a little bit better. I'm hand flying it right now. In the, let's see about getting it on, following a heading. Got it on heading, and get it on altitude hold. Alright, force trim, selective yaw trim, ATT mode, moving towards the heading. So it is following the heading. That's good. But it's not flying level. It's showing a slight bank to the right, and I can't get it to trim out. So another thing on the checklist. But at least we're heading in the right direction. We're heading safe altitude, safe speed, and it appears to be flying. We got away with it this time. Let's see what happens when we get ready to land. And that will be coming very soon. Hang on. Alright, so we are approaching the airfield. It's done pretty good, but as you can see, we've still got that slight degree or two lean to the right. I was never able to get that to trim out. And as you can see, I've turned off the ATT mode, and the aircraft is basically under my control. So that actually worked out fairly well. See the airport right there, dead ahead. But the tinted windscreens, I mean, they look great from the outside. They do an excellent job in the real world of protecting people. But in the flight sim here, as you can see, it causes too much glare, too many reflections. So I have to go into the aircraft folder and take care of that, which won't be an issue. So this will be the last flight you see with that. Because it's a bit of a distraction, and it actually makes it a little harder to see outside. I'd rather have a clear windscreen. And we're approaching a big pad area, ramp area near the gates. Passenger gates, and that's where we're going to land.
LVP 150 feet.
150 feet above the ground.
PVP, LVP, PVP, LVP, PVP.
Beautiful sunny day in Texas. set her right down. And nice, easy touchdown and landing. Okay, and wait, there we go. We'll go ahead and finish the flight. And we got paid for it. Everything's good. And with that, we can just shut down the engines. These were the missions we flew. Go to our log. And see that we made almost $4,000 after expenses. So we can take that. So it took us 3 attempts. What we got here? Well, hey everybody, this is BugEater64, and by golly, we made it. From one point in Texas to another point in Texas. But we sure did some work trying to get here. Had to restart the flight 3 times. 3 being the charm, I guess. But we finally got here. Other than problems getting used to that darn autopilot system. Something about helicopter autopilot systems and me, we just don't get along well. I guess it's because I'm just old school. Give me my old UH-1 Huey, which doesn't have an autopilot system, and I get along fine. We'll just fly it anywhere we need to go. These newfangled helicopters, I don't know, but we'll get her done. Gonna have to do some work too to try to figure out how to get rid of all that glare on the windscreen. Didn't really care for that, but you know, that's all part of it. So to all my flight sim buddies and friends, glad you came along. Hope you enjoyed the flight, and until next time, this is BugEater64 telling y'all, safe flying.